Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna and today I'm gonna show you how I plan my whole week during the weekends. I believe that planning your weeks is absolutely fundamental if you want to be productive during your week, to do not lose time and to be more efficient, to do things in a better way. Let's start. You will need only two things to plan your week. The first one is a weekly diary. I'm using the smallest kind, but you can use whatever weekly diary you prefer. I suggest having a weekly diary because we are planning our weeks, not our months. The second thing you will need is a computer. So let's start with the first phase. What I'm gonna do is just write down on my agenda all the online classes I will have during the week, all the tests and the assignments I have to do during the week. I like to do it on my agenda because in this way I have the first impression of which day are gonna be tougher. At this point, what I'm gonna do is looking at my week on my agenda and deciding how many hours I need to study. For example, if I know I have an important test on Friday, I know I will have to study that subject for, let's say, 3 days. I will write down that subject in the day I have to study it. And I do it for every test, every assignment I will have for the week, and then we are ready to... You can see that in my agenda I put the hour when I have online lesson. I just put the subject when I just have an assignment or a test. I use italics when it is what I have to study that day. So at this point you're ready to take your computer. What we will use for planning our is actually Google Calendar, so everyone has it. It's a free app, very colorful, and I'll show you why it is important that your online agenda is really colorful. And yeah, it's really intuitive and easy to use, so let's go with it. And oh, I forgot to tell you that Google Calendar is actually really good as an app because you have it on your computer, you also have it on your phone. At this point you can take your computer, and the first thing I'm gonna do is transfer all the things I've written down on my agenda on my computer, and I will use different colors to do it. All my online classes are in orange, and then I put my assignments in red. They are on the top of the day, just under the number of the day. My tests are also in red, and this time they have a particular hour because in that hour I will be giving that test. They have the same color because I know that for these two things I will have to study. The next thing I'm gonna do is record when I will study. When I will study, how much hours and what subject. This time I will use yellow. The next thing I'm gonna record is my, let's say, activities other than school and study. For example, video calls with friends. I use a different color, of course, which in my case is green or light blue. The next thing I highly suggest you to put in your weekly plan is some free time. Record my free time as time to read. Of course, I won't read actually every day. I put it in my calendar, but I know that in that hour, in that couple of hours, I have enough free time for me to read, to check the social, and to write to a friend, and that kind of thing that do not require a particular effort. This time I use blue. And the next thing I will do is putting in my calendar other study things that I do. I like to do at least 30 minutes, an hour of German every day. If I will do an hour or 30 minutes or an hour and a half or more is determined by how much study hours I ended up putting in that particular day. I want to talk to you for a bit about your leisure time. It is important to record to dedicate to yourself enough free time because you need it. And so if I have a tough day, I will put a little more free time. You need to recharge yourself if you want to work good to in an efficient way. Then you definitely need to give yourself enough free time to recover from the stress, from the efforts, and be ready to start again relaxed and not stressed. It is important, as it was for the spare time, having enough time to dedicate to your sleep. Sleep deprivation do not make you more productive. It makes you feel tired and unproductive, and if you don't sleep enough hours, then all this planning is totally unuseful. At which hour my night routine or end my morning routine will start depends on, of course, what hour I need to wake up. So I recorded that two routine in two different colors. And the last thing I will do, because if you look at my screen, you can see there are a couple of gaps. And of course, two of them are for lunch and for dinner. I can decide if I want to make some activities like spare time or studying German last longer, or if I want to leave that gaps empty for me to decide what I will do. The last thing I put in my planner, which is even the last one, is some physical activities. I try to put it every day and to do it every day, but not every day I actually manage to do some exercise. And I like to do it before dinner, so I will put around an hour of yoga, because I do yoga every day before dinner if it is possible, if I do not have other things in that particular hour. You don't want to stress yourself to do more things that you're actually able to do and your body is actually capable of doing. So that's all. That's my plan for the next week. I hope it was an helpful video. That was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Comment if you have other suggestions for planning. And you can find me even on Instagram as Cucinanna. On my channel I will post video similar to this on planning, on study methods and things like that, but also post some video recipes, so if you want to check them out, you're welcome. And that's all. Thank you. Bye.